My Professor X can have 3 power again and not be too powerful. Please no. Please stop. Fuck this. Fuck this card. The other order in case we draw Mystique or in case Mystique's on top of our deck. For little old me. Okay, that's actually kind of hilarious. Avengers! Actually kind of hilarious. Call me Brittany, baby, because we're toxic.
I am Iron Man.
It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Do 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 do. When we were talking about this deck earlier, some people were trying to debate me that this was a Spectrum deck and not a Professor X deck. Chat, this is 100% a Professor X deck. $1,000%. This is a Professor X deck. It's so beautiful, my blood moon weeps moon. Good summary. This is a Professor X deck playing Spectrum, yes. Apt. The wonderful Spectrum. It is a quality Spectrum artwork in Split. Man, all of my hits here are absolute bangers, huh? Do we seek the Cosmo? No, I think I want to be able to Spectrum. Ah. Howard's a banger. Howard is absolutely a banger, chat. Okay, wait. Is this the big brain play? I play Professor X, so that way, if they, what's it called me here, I get to Mystique the Professor X and win here and here. Yes! Victory! Do 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 do. We are 1,000,000% a Professor X deck, chat. Is there a number greater than 1,000,000? That's the percentage we are a Professor X deck.
Victory.
Holy crap. Oh man. Is this how the other side lives? Is this the type of gameplay you people play all the time? What a What a brutal way to play Marvel Snap. Who are you calling you people? If this is what you do all the time, I'm talking about you gamers. You people. I think we're dead. Our draw's real bad. I mean, our low end sucks.
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir.
Mjolnir to me. The Red Hulk is just so big. I'm out here trying to make Shauna work. There's the real hero of Marvel Snap needs. I hope you get a Mjolnir, Cable. Enjoy. They're most likely to Professor X this side this turn, right? So I do it here. Or to toXic this side. Our deck has two cards. They are Mjolnir and Iron Man. Are we the baddies? Yes. Objectively and unequivocally. I knew I should have snapped him. I should have snapped.
Victory.
They've had enough. I understand. I understand, chat. If you haven't had enough, don't worry, we're gonna punish some more reasonable, unsuspecting Marvel Snap players after a word from these adverts. We'll see you in 120 seconds. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching on the YouTube side, don't forget to tap the like button. Appreciate the folks that do that. Performance on the phone app feels terrible since the patch. You need to re-download assets. Your phone is doing two things at once. If your phone app is lagging on the main screen, click this gear, and there's a download all assets button in here somewhere. Your phone is currently trying to download stuff in the background while you play. Does Jeff get paid by second dinner to do customer support? I get 2,000 gold every month from second dinner. Sometimes I think about cashing that gold out to pay my mortgage, and other times I just spend it on variants. IRL, yes, Ben Brode actually pulls up to my house with a dump truck and unloads 2,000 gold bars on the first of every month, like clockwork. Are you the Fed? Melamber, thank you for the 15 months. Appreciate you dropping that primer off again. Gamers, you should always continue to use your Prime sub everywhere, but it's extra important that you use your Prime sub this month if it's not currently used, because starting next month, how much Prime subs are worth is getting cut a significant percentage in a number of places. So if you want to make sure you wring the money out of Bezos that we can wring while we can, make sure you seal 250 this month with your Prime sub. The Big Fudge, thank you for the 44 months. Welcome back. Jeff for the left is not bad. I think we just Cosno there for now in case they're a bounce deck. Ooh, we're a little late. A little late. Oh, and they got my Nightcrawler, so they're not even locked there. Have you thought about how to diversify to make up the 10%, or is it going to be a loss at the end of it all? I just assume whatever the difference is going to be a loss. The way my job works, Ben, my year to years tend to vary pretty wildly. I don't expect that to really change anytime soon. Yeah, definitely the best hit. Do I just put this here, and then we just, like, Marvel Jeff on the last turn? I think so, yeah.
Snap.
Random, like, Magento could get us, perhaps. Otherwise, we're in an okay spot.
Iron Man.
It could have been right to Professor X the left here, honestly. Wrote it in their actual deck. Yeah, Magneto gets us. So we're gonna go up to 26 on the left, and we're gonna go up to 32 on the right. Close.
Victory.
Hey, thank you, David. I appreciate that. Yeah, like I've said when I've talked about the Prime cuts in the past, I think overall, compared to a number of other creators on the platform, I'm in a pretty solid spot. I expect non-English speaking creators that lead on Prime subscriptions from countries that are going to be taking bigger hits will probably lose the most income. But like last I checked, like 80% of my subs are from the US and Canada, and those are only a 10% hit. A lot of subs in places in Europe, for example, are going to go down to like somewhere between like $1 and $1.50. That'll be almost a 50% cut for a lot of those folks. any justification other than capitalism. So they're changing it so I actually, so the cutting the value of Prime subs in like the US and Canada, that's just greed almost assuredly, because those prices have been going up. But making it less than $250 in a lot of those other countries makes sense, because they've literally been losing money on it. Like, if they pay $250 for a Prime sub from someone who pays $1 USD per month to have that Prime, that just really doesn't make sense at all. Like, it's fine. Like, Prime is 100% a loss leader. Like, they don't make back everything that they pay out on it, but it's not supposed to be a direct loss on one specific part of the product. And I think it was probably always an oversight on their part that it was structured that way. Probably from a technology limitation more than anything, if I had to venture a guess. But in general, Prime is a loss leader, which means as a whole, it's not supposed to make money, but it exists to keep people in Amazon's ecosystem. Lionheart, thanks for the entire year. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Welcome back. I understand why it exists, and I understand why the shift is happening. Forge Hope, probably Surfer here, if I had to guess. Hopefully Professor X can scam the right while they're playing into the Hope path. And they also have made it harder and harder to figure out how to use your Prime sub on the web interface. You have to like click sub, and then there's like an expand more options, and then there's a checkbox for Prime, but you can also click the subs link directly to use it. They've also been burying it deeper in the menus. I was honestly genuinely surprised that the announcement for Prime was they're cutting it in parts for value as opposed to just getting rid of it. I fully expected it to just go away. I don't know that we can beat the Wong even with the Professor scam here. And I don't think if I do this, I can win the other two, is the unfortunate part. It's really unfortunate that my Cosmo got Sokovia'd. What happens if it goes away retirement? So, this is a job that I never expected to be doing, and I don't have any long-term plans because you can't really know what the next year or even the next month brings sometimes in this, what I do. I plan to be here making stuff on the internet as long as it's a sustainable job that provides for my family for me. And when it stops doing that, I'll probably just re-enter the traditional workforce. I am fortunate to be in a position where I have plenty of life skills and experience outside of making content that I can convert back into doing a traditional job. I have a graduate degree in mathematics with experience working with software. This should be a matchup that's okay for us on average when we get to keep our Cosmo, especially with Professor X to help close in their lanes as well. My wife works as a business analyst for a Fortune 50 company. So a lot of our month-to-month type stuff, we always try and budget and spend on her salary, and then we use what I make for retirement planning and other bigger things that we want to do that we wouldn't be able to do with her salary. Like our RV, We're doing projects like we remodeled our master bathroom last year or the year before, I forget. That shit was not cheap. Dead Star Rising, thank you for the 2 months, or like the playground in the backyard. Those types of things. Man, Sokovia just has it out for us. Really unlucky. Yes, I'm gonna do this in the middle. Yes, you have to know that the prime exists and be digging for it to find it. Alright, bro didn't screw us there, that's nice.
Snap.
What contributed to your decision to go full-time with content creation / streaming? I mean, chat, like I've talked about, I'm a person who has a family to support and stuff like that. Like, I'm not one of those people who decided to start streaming and quit my full-time job streaming to, you know, 20 people. I always cringe when I see people make that choice. It's such a bad choice to make. I moved into making content full-time when content started making me semi-full-time amounts of money. It was something that I did part-time for fun because I was enjoying it for a long time. And then when it started actually making money, I decided to hire some childcare and start putting in more hours because I was enjoying it and it was also making me income. Oh, losing that one in the middle feels bad. I think it's just this. Question, is 18 enough to win the raid? We get like Gladiator plus Hazmat they could get us here. Alright, this is it, chat. This next game, we're not going to get Cosmo Sokovia, and we're not going to get Professor X Sokovia. It's going to be good. Yeah, I agree with that, Speedy. I think a lot of people jump into content full time and think that, a lot of people seem to be under the impression that if you put in full-time hours, you will turn into making a full-time income, and that's just not how content creation works. There are plenty of people that work for lots of hours that just never see any growth. That's not how a lot of jobs work. To be fair, it is how a good chunk of jobs work, especially if you have a little bit of experience and can get into a place that has room for upward mobility. Like, showing up every, like if I would have stuck with a traditional job path, right? Like working as a systems analyst, I would have showed up, I would have put in my 40 hours per month, 160 hours, 40 hours a week, 160 hours a month, and I would slowly work up with bonuses and incremental raises and stuff like that. Throw out a Ravona first. Maybe. Realistically speaking, how much longer do you think you have left as the Snap content creator before you moved on? Well, I mean, like, for reference, before I jumped into Marvel Snap stuff, I spent a decade making Magic the Gathering content. And so I don't think things like that are things you can predict realistically in this space. I don't think you can know this game's gonna be successful or sustainable for X amount of years. Like, it's decidedly objectively true that, like, Marvel Snap has peaked and probably won't grow more past the spot that it's at in terms of revenue and other things that it makes currently. Like, I think that's just the case that it plateaued probably last year, as typical for live service games. Slight Punch Grind, thanks for the 10 months, welcome back. But there's a ton of room in between this game. There's a ton of space in between what I made doing content last year and what works to be sustainable for me as a creator, right? All right, where do I want 3 more points of power? Probably here. I just Cosmo all 3 lanes and tell them to get fucked. Actually, they're a Sebastian Shaw deck, so I probably don't want to compete super hard here. I'm gonna do this and play for here and here mostly. Yeah, let's do this. I think they could grow it more if they figured out a competitive structure that made it feel good to play. I think chasing competitive stuff for a card game is an absolute fool's errand nonsense that basically never works. I think one of the smartest things Snap has done, and one of the reasons why it ended up being successful, was because it completely ignored competitive stuff. I think social systems are a good option for potential. Oh my god, just absolutely shoved in a trash can. I think the social systems and guilds that they're working on are a great idea. I hope their next game mode ends up being like 2v2, like Hearthstone just released a 2v2. I think letting people play with their friends is key. Has any game had a competitive scene that actually made money? I think Counter-Strike's probably one of the only ones. Otherwise, esports and stuff like that's just a loss.
Live from the Daily Bugle.
There is not global matchmaking for the game yet. They got caught up on some stacks for that. Play with what word is that, friends? Yeah, so some of you aren't the target audience for what I'm talking about here, and that's okay. It's okay. It's A-okay. I think I'm gonna Cosmo the right. Can we guess right on the brood? Unlucky. Oh, it's just hope. Deal. Successful competitive scenes also don't realistically draw eyes to the game. That's also just not what they do. Push comes to sub. Push comes to shove. You are, when push comes to shove, the card games are absolutely unwatchable except by people who are heavily invested in them. Saudi Arabia just announced a $60 million Esports World Cup. Yes, I had some tweets about Saudi Arabia and their push into the space. And you are gonna see a lot of people very disappointedly take money from those people committing human rights atrocities in Saudi Arabia. That's gonna be real disappointing. I think I'm moving this here so I can grab priority here. I think is the plan. Right now, stats popularity compares to Hearthstone. As far as Twitch metrics go, Hearthstone's peak for Twitch metrics was much higher than Marvel Snap's peak for Twitch metrics. Or be your number to accept a heinous deal like the Saudi one. Chat, I just want, you could screenshot this for later, but just so you know, if you ever see me promoting any esports stuff out of Saudi Arabia, I'm retiring afterwards. That's it. That's the number. It's I'm going to retire after this advert. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. Everybody has a number. Anybody that tells you they don't have a number for stuff like that isn't being honest with you or themselves. I think we're dead here. But my number is almost assuredly higher than most. For reference, I've turned down at this point probably high 5 figures worth of cryptocurrency related sponsorships in the decade I've been making content. My money is, generally speaking, where my mouth is. Not having priority here sucks. 5 figures is not retirement money. Accurate. For people who aren't informed, I'm gonna move on from this topic because it's endless. But for people who aren't informed on why Saudi Arabia and taking money from them is problematic, there are currently today, in the last handful of years, people who have been put to death there for simply being LGBTQ. It's just like actual atrocious, terrible human rights stuff. And all of it's happening in golf and esports. I think, are they in wrestling now too? They're taking their oil money and pumping it into a bunch of these industries and trying to whitewash the terrible things that they do and have as laws without actually changing them. Ooh, that's a good hit for Iron Lad. Moving Jeff to try and grab priority. Order for Mystique, good shout. At this point, we'd rather lose priority to dodge hazmat. Maybe? Maybe? Yeah, you might be right. Is their last card shake? Not usually. Oh, they didn't realize how Absorbing Man works with Dead Brood. Let's go for the home team. I don't have to snap. We're already going all in with the regular raise, so there's no reason to snap. I think it's this, yeah? I think 15's enough to win the right. Sit and play for the middle. 15 should still be good though, yeah? Even with Odin, we're beating that.
Are ye worthy?
Trying to win the right with 12 is ambitious, given the state of my board. Maybe they didn't realize the Iron Line could move.
Victory.
Before we started playing this deck, someone asked if we could cut the Nightcrawler, and really, truly, I think the Nightcrawler and Jeff inside of this is one of the really solid innovations for the deck. It allows Miss Marvel to be a lot more powerful and flexible, and they're obviously good at letting you scam people with Professor X as well. They were a quality innovation here. That's super unlucky to both not have any of our other 1s and 2s and get no 1s or 2s from that. Is there a good movers deck? I mean, the Elsa movers deck is in line for being one of the better decks in this current format. Check out my recent best decks video. Were we supposed to eat Nightcrawler for Phoenix Force? I don't think so. Glad for Cosmo or Professor X here is the play. We have a Mystique that's not very useful. Oh. He says unlucky. What else we can do? They're all in, so we're staying. Yeah, they played for the left instead of the middle. Damn.
I am Iron Man.
Not having a play on 2 is huge here. If we'd have had a 2-3 here, we win the game, yeah. All right, last one. I feel like this matchup's in our favor when we have average variance, but locations have not been kind to us. Baker Thrive, thank you for the 27 months. Welcome back. Appreciate it. This is a solid start for us, yeah. Priority here is huge because it means I get to stop. Means I get to stop absorbing man. Hey, it's just this and then we Iron Man, yeah? I guess I should Iron Man so that way if I draw Spectrum, she's bigger than Iron Lad. And they're all in, so I don't need cube equity. I guess I could have played for the right. We can't play Spectrum. Chat, she's 7 points of power. We'd play a 6/7. She's one more point. think they can get to 24 with no odd reveals here. I think that was their best possible. I think this matchup's a strong favorite for us with average variance. Chimera, thank you for the 12 months. I appreciate the entire year. Welcome back. We're definitely gonna hammer some more of this one. It feels pretty good into these hyper linear decks. We're gonna take a break from these adverbs before we do. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching on YouTube and haven't already, consider tapping the like button. Appreciate it. Advert timing chat, we got some lunch. Are we the baddie? Objectively, yes. Anyone who thinks we aren't the baddie, maybe it's a Batman situation. If we're playing against all linear decks, I think that's there are no heroes here angle. Use up Ant-Man or Quinjet for Howard. I'm gonna break some hearts here, chat. I think this deck is a lot worse without Howard. Your Iron Lad is a lot worse without Howard. I think we've hit the day, chat. I think we've hit the Marvel Snap deck where Howard is not replacement level. If you're sitting on a pile of tokens and you've never bought Howard and you're looking at this, I think it's time. Justice for the duck. Ducks and dogs. Spectrum's got the whole zoo. CJN, thank you for the 12 months, by the way. Sword to go with that shield. Stature Darkhawk drug me across the finish line. Congrats, Baker. The time has come for Golden Howard. Oh God, I don't think I have any Howard split stuck. All right, we'll go for a fourth split ink. We'll go for a fourth split ink.
Infinity.
I'm splitting these ones I already have some boosters into because it doesn't matter which cards variants on your characters you have when counting towards split chance. Which card is currently the worst in Marvel Snap? Probably Baron Mordor. Okay, and then this one does not have a chance at inked. Our next one will have a chance at inked.
Infinity.
You know it's Agatha. Nah, Agatha at least serves a purpose. Baron's pretty useless. All right, Howie. This is it. That's what, 10% chance for ink tier, champ.
Infinity.
Unlucky. One more, chat. For those of you who are unaware, when you're missing boosters for a card, it's $25 per split. And it costs us a lot to get to our 4th split, courtesy of Duck Doolittle. Howie's gonna have to stay there for a little while. My daughter went whale watching today for a field trip. I told her I'd be whale watching too, and here I am. God bless. A snap based on their destroy.
Opponent snapped.
Lucky. What's Howard got for us? Nothing. Lucky again. They can go to 21 here. This is 10. We also get to 21. This puts us to 18 here, which beats Mockingbird, which is their big stat stick. This also beats Valkyrie. Does it beat Mockingbird? Their Mockingbird would be at 17, and we're going to 18. Oh, Mockingbird's 11 from the Wakandan Embassy. Do I want to beat Khazar, or do I want to beat Mockingbird? I think I want to beat Mockingbird. I think they have to Mockingbird
Victory.
and hope that this is enough, because Khazar here is only 15, which is probably not enough for them. We expect Kate Bishop to be a Nico-like card. I hope so. Yeah, it would be sweet. I think this hits Professor X and then Nightcrawler plus Iron Man with the center.
Escaped.
So we got 4 more shots to take their last 2 cubes here.
Snap. Opponent snapped.
Uh-uh. Not sure if I want a Rabona copy or not. They're a Mobius deck, so having a second one's probably not that much upside. Howie! You think 2 Iron Jeff is good? I don't know if it is. Like I could high roll an Iron Man. I think I want it to be a ongoing card at a minimum. That's the one, gamer. Like we were talking about earlier, chat. As much as it hurts me to say this, I don't think Howard's replaceable in this deck. I think he makes your Iron Lad significantly better because we've got some real medium hits. I love how the hair and the coat move in this animation. It's so good. I think Howard is best in slot in this deck, and the deck is markedly worse if you cut him. Duckman has finally found a loving home. Accurate. Marble boosters. Beauteous. Beauteous! Almost as beauteous as our gold split will be when we get it.